I'm going to just go over what they're talking to me about. They were trying to guess what I would do, what I would talk about in this video. Excuse me. They suggested that I do guess the movie. I really don't have a movie to guess. I mean, they're suggesting things that I didn't even prepare for, so that wouldn't really make sense. They said they're not going to stop putting these little pains on my head, which proves that they did do it. So right now they're pretending they have like news people talking to them. They said, "Oh my God." They're pretending they have news people talking to them, and they said they're inserting the elementary schoolmate into it so she could answer questions. So right now, this is part of their paranoia that I'm going to worry about. I hope they have news people uh, looking into this because I at several news stations and I did this before. There was a reporter who did a really good story about targeted individuals, and she said by the end of it, she was more convinced because what she did was she went to this place where the targeted individuals were meeting, and when she spoke to everyone in in part of her reporting, at the end she couldn't prove gang stalking and that targeted individuals were being targeted, but she was more convinced at the end. So I even on Twitter tried to at her. So if there are news reporters looking into this, I'm happy. But that's part of the paranoia. The paranoia is that the more they do, the more I feel like they're attacking me. But the more they do, it proves that I'm being attacked. That's part of what they're upset about because they do they do so many huge things. When you're following, like they followed me different places, and I could tell it was them, but other people could too. Other people saw it. So the more they're doing, the more it proves this is happening. So they said, mention it's not just happening to you. The reason I'm trying to focus more now on what's happening to me is because as this goes forward, people are telling their own stories. And it's very hard for me to say, well, this story is happening to everyone. I prefer to put in the under community for posts people's stories so that they can tell their own stories. And that's part of what these people are doing to me. Do you see what I mean? What they're doing to me is trying to tell my story. Then they want me to tell their story. So it looks like we're together. We aren't. Anyone who could know what happened to me yesterday and still do the same thing over and over and over again are really bad people. So they said I would feel that there's someone on YouTube I really love, and he's not a bad person. So they felt that because I talked negatively about them and called them criminals, that I would see him as a similar to them. He isn't. What is wrong with them is that they don't have empathy. They don't have the ability to sit back and say, doing the same thing to an innocent person, because they've already proven I'm innocent. I didn't do any of the things they said. I've been kind to them throughout my life. They said they feel that I haven't been good enough. They'll never feel I was good enough. But that's how they judge and jury. That's part of what I'm saying. If you listen, I'm not gonna get too much into other people. I want to stay focused because that's what they'll do. They'll have me go off on a tangent where I'm talking about one thing, then go off on something else. But if you listen to people who are bad people like they are, it's always a blame. It's blaming the victim. I'm not a good enough person. I could have done better. It's always that for them. Even the word I bothers them because I have an accent. And at one point they denied I have an accent. And then all of a sudden they've spent days talking about my accent. But even me pronouncing I like this, I bothers them. But that's why I'll never be good enough for them. Every little teeny tiny thing I do, they will take apart and that's wrong. This is wrong. Oh, you did this to your skin. You did. I looked the same color I looked as a child growing up. Suddenly, I've changed my skin color. Like, look at I look how my chest is lighter than my face. And they know I've done nothing to change the color of my skin, but my chest is lighter than my face. They've convinced their group that I've changed the color of my skin. They convinced their group that I claimed I was white. Never claimed I was white. They said I claimed, what did they say I claimed? Oh, they said that this is V. That isn't V. That's just holding my chin.